Hey, welcome to Geek Speak. I'm Trace,
I'm Rob.
and today we're going to have another in our magazine series. So, today we're talking about ToyFare, and of course, we're going to dedicate this to Ed Piskor, the way we always do, him and his channel, Cartoonist Kayfabe, and also to Cisco, one of our subscribers that suggested that we do ToyFare magazine. So, this is the third in the series, and ToyFare, did you have a bunch of those, brother?
ToyFare magazines, not as many.
Yeah, I had more Wizard too. But this is the April 1998 one.
98.
And but Toy Fair was a monthly magazine. It was published by Wizard. They also did Wizard magazine and a few other magazines, and it covered collectibles and action figures and statues. And it had a price guide in the back, just like the Wizard had a price guide for comics. Toy Fair had a price guide for toys, old and new. And Toy Fair was really known for its humor, and it began publication in 1997, and it featured alternate covers after issue 57, and which is real popular now, having a variant cover. Probably the most popular thing in the magazine was Twisted Toy Fair Theater, or at least it was for me, which was like a humorous comic-like strip done by photographing toys and sets that were built by the magazine staff. And the toys were Mego toys. I was a huge Mego fan, and they were popular in the 70s, and a lot of the magazine staff grew up in the 70s. And but along with Wizard magazine, Toy Fair ceased publication in 2011, and the final issue was 163. And do you know what happened to a lot of the guys that worked for Toy Fair?
I'm assuming they went to work for somebody else, like a different magazine or
You know,
something.
that would be true. They actually went to Robot Chicken.
Oh,
Like,
really?
like more than half of Robot Chicken's staff was made up of Toy Fair. And if you think about it,
That's kind of cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool, because Robot Chicken kind of went hand in hand with Toy Fair. But anyway, let's crack it open. Well, first of all, let's see, we got Boba Fett on the cover.
That's a cool Boba Fett, though.
Yeah, and you were always a big Boba Fett fan. And now that's the old Kenner Boba Fett. Now, when you compare that to like Sideshow and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the hot toys, a lot of the high end toys, they run anywhere from 200, 250, sometimes even $300. Old Kenner was cranking those out for about $20.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
And think about it. I mean, you've got accessories, you've got cloth goods. There's some posability there. Is that the best Boba Fett figure that ever came out? But I mean, to be honest with you, that was good enough for me.
Still, look, you can see the braids.
Yeah,
I
Wookiee.
mean,
You know what the braid was?
stitches
Yeah,
and stuff.
Wookiee braid. But yeah, it was cool. So you were a huge Boba Fett fan. But
Right.
anyway, so they would have advertisements in there talking about
Different toy companies.
different toy
Or people
companies,
that ship toys. I
what they
guess.
had, and so that was back in the day. Let's see. There's a table of contents talking about what it has. There's a bunch of articles that people wrote in. They were making fun that the new alien figure looked like Michael Jackson. And the thing is that likenesses of figures have come a long way.
Right,
And
sculpts, better sculpts.
it's not only the sculpting has gotten better, but they've got that 3D imaging that they can take an actor's face and actually do a 3D image. And so, I mean, just looking at even just the Star Wars line, somebody the
Oh,
other day
Lord.
posted a bunch of pictures of the different Anakins that they've had and how the first one didn't look anything like Hayden Christian, but the new
Anakin,
ones.
I can go all the way back to the Han Solos.
Yeah.
Lord, the first Han Solo had like a pumpkin head. He was huge. And then they resculpted it. Nobody liked that. And then they resculpted it. It had like 3 heads back in its day.
But somebody was complaining in the letters column that they're a completionist. They need to have every toy in a toy line. A lot of them was exclusive, and they were hard to get their hands on. And they were complaining about that, and that still happens today. I mean, at your like at our local Walmart, typically new toys come in on a Monday. Back in the day, there were scalpers would come,
Oh, they were
buy
bad.
buy those up, and then sell them on eBay for a higher price. So lots of times, if you want a figure, you got to get it on a
I
secondary
even
market.
seen comic book stores coming hit at the stores and take like half of the stock back to their store and sell it for a higher price.
So this is here they're talking about Kenner's Star Wars line,
Right.
back in 1998. When you look at these figures compared to like the Marvel the Black Series,
Now, that was
the
these are
figures come out.
the Power of the Force
Yeah,
figures.
yeah, yeah. It looked like everybody was muscled up. That's
Exactly. That's
yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. I got a picture here
Yeah,
of all these characters, and they're just like bulky as
yeah, they're
hell.
buff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, really,
Even the
there's
Princess Leia was kind of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She might have had a transition sometime in the past, but yeah, I mean, in the postability, I mean, no elbow joints, no knee joints.
Yeah, that Luke is not the Luke that hit the market.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, look at this. Look
Yeah,
at that Luke there.
yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah,
Oh, let's see. Rancor, didn't you have Rancor
I did.
growing up? Yeah, now you had the old school Rancor. You didn't have this one, right?
No, I had the original.
Yeah. And our local comic book store actually has these up for sale. So you can still find a lot of the Power of the Force still in packages and stuff today. But during its heyday, they was making figures out of everybody. Whoever heard of this character? But I mean,
I'm guessing that's Image.
yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
McFarlane for sure. Yeah.
McFarlane was just starting out back in '98, and so he did a lot of horror figures, and so now he's a powerhouse when it comes to.
Dude, those
the
horror
figures.
figures. He did like a series of them. Hold on, I didn't forgot what they were called, like Manic Monsters or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's.
So-
I think that
in that-
crow figure that our little brother Matthew gave me. I think
In that
come from
article,
the
it said,
movie,
they're-
movie Maniac.
They were gonna come out a certain time. They didn't. They actually came out like a year or two after what this magazine said they were gonna. They were pretty cool looking.
Well, these Star Trek figures, I was huge into them. Playmate made them at the time, and
I like
I
the
mean-
fact that they got like those set.
I had tons of those. Which when eBay first started, I pretty much sold them all on eBay. And but you could pick those up now. They're not worth anything. Like you could pick up that figure now like $5.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just as inexpensive as it was back in '98. They're just for a figure to be rare, or for anything to be rare, it has to be or wanted or high in price. It has to be hard to get and people want it. It takes those two things. But the endoskeleton, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And now somebody would just 3D print that and just paint it up themselves. So 3D printing has to have hurt
Affected the market.
the market.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Especially like your Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. But you got Warrior Nun. Remember we grew up, that's not G.I. Joe, but remember how we grew up with G.I. Joe. But just proving to you that they made figures of everything. Have you heard of any of these characters?
Madman. I've seen Madman, and I remember Grendel.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember those comics. I don't remember Mage.
Yeah, so even your independent guys was getting action figures back in the time, back in the heyday.
Which is cool. I still have or had a Savage Dragon still in the package.
Did there was a Lost in Space, the original series, and then there was a new series. Did you see the movie? It actually had Gary Oldman in it, but these are
Is
figures
that the
from
one that
that.
had Matt LeBlanc in it?
I'm not sure if he was in there or not, but look, you can get an in-action figure of a goat.
Not just a goat, the goat.
Yeah, the goat. You're a huge Batman fan.
Yeah, those are pretty cool though.
And you love the Batman animated series in particular. Did you have any of these?
No, and those are cloth, I think. Ain't that cloth figures?
Yeah, yeah, you got cloth on them. Yeah. Wonder what they're worth now.
I don't know.
So you actually had these. They
Right.
come in a box set, and I got them from you. And then I sold them. I sold them. I
Okay.
sold them at we had a geeky yard sale a year or two ago, and nothing but comics and collectibles here locally in Frankfort, Kentucky. Talking about they sneak peek. You had these too. I think you sold them. I don't think I got those. But yeah, they all come in a box set. That was pretty slick. They was Toy Biz. And back in the day, those figures were super popular. I had a lot of the X-Men Toy Biz figures. And there again, I sold them on eBay. You still got a bunch boxed up.
I still have a lot of stuff boxed up.
Batman figures, come with accessories. Give us a sneak peek of that.
Yeah, Batman Night Force ninjas.
Yeah, they go a little bit too far on some of that stuff. I actually bought a ton of these Xena figures, not for myself. Don't judge.
Sure.
Don't judge, but actually for my daughter at the time. So Xena was like, warrior princess. She was a female heroine, and so as my daughter was coming up, Eve, I bought a lot of these, and she still has them boxed up. I don't know if they're worth anything. Probably not, because she took them out and played them. Toy Biz. Toy Biz made them too. They weren't bad likenesses.
I never watched the show.
Oh man, you missed out. I mean, it's goofy fun. It's goofy fun. Another figure, never heard of. The Creeper, is that some DC guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know about him, I don't.
Yeah,
is he in the anime series? Because he looks like he's in that style.
Yeah.
I had to take a drink. All right. Sneak peek. This is more hot, new releases. You know who that is?
No.
Typhoid Mary. She's one of the Daredevil's villains. You know who that is?
Is that
Ultron.
Yeah, I was gonna say the evil Jarvis is what I was trying to think.
And you know how you got Killer Croc for Batman? Marvel's always got to have a knockoff. This is Sturon, the Dinosaur Man. And let's see, Usagi Yojimbo. We have an entire video on Usagi Yojimbo.
Look, they even got the little dinosaur.
I love Usagi Yojimbo. Those are great comics. Did you know there's not going to be any Usagi Yojimbo in 2026?
That's it. Not even the comic?
Not the comic. I don't know. He's allowed some other people to draw and some other people to write, and they're doing like a descendant of Usagi back in the 1980s. And I forget what the comic's called, but it's going to suck and nobody's going to buy it.
Did you have that figure?
I don't think I ever had that figure. I have a I got a Usagi figure you give me, one your daughters bought me, and a custom one I made. That's the ones they got. Remember when they got me with the samurai clothing and come with a horse?
Yeah, the first Usagi Yojimbo figure I can remember was from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
It was squatty and bulky.
Yeah, you give me that. Yeah, you remember?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So anyway, this is kind of cool. So back before Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, and they come out with some Lord of the Rings figures based on the Lord of the Rings book. And so that's the Balrog, which looks totally different,
Right?
when you think of a Balrog. But when he's described in the book, as this demon with a sword and a giant whip, and it even comes with a little bridge you can put together. And there's your Gandalf and stuff. So that's what we had back in the day. And that's all we had, and we were glad to have it. Yeah, that's right.
That's the way it was, and we liked it.
So anyway, but yeah, it's crazy to think of some artist interpretation of Tolkien's work as the Balrog. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty well.
Let's see.
There again.
Yeah, there's some more of those independent figures. Talking about them, how they sculpted them, how they made them.
Now, I still have a Witchblade figure.
You still got a Witchblade figure?
I still have that Witchblade figure, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is like the wish list of independent characters they wish they would make figures of. And in 2026, if you haven't got a figure made, you probably won't. But I mean, Mr. Monster, never heard of him. Strangers in Paradise, I remember that. Martial Law, Cerebrus, Nexus, Bone. They actually do have a Bone figure, but I think they don't. Sin City, they actually have some Sin City figures. Hellboy, a bunch of those. Milk and Cheese, I think there's some figures of that. And Astro City, I don't think there was ever figures made of that. What's a figure that they haven't made that you would like?
In this day and age?
Yeah.
I would say it would be hard pressed to find a figure that they haven't made. I would like to see a new Spirit action figure, but
they've made one,
and I'm sure they've made one. Yeah. But
the one I would
one
like
that
if they
hasn't
haven't
been
made.
made?
Yeah, for me it'd be Kwai Chai Kane from the 1970 series Kung Fu. They never have.
Oh,
made a
so
figure
you're
of
just
that.
talking anything?
Oh yeah, it don't necessarily have to be comic
I
books.
thought you were talking strictly comics.
No. I mean, these Star Wars is just movie. They're actually saying figures that George Lucas never would have made. So a Rotundo Dung, comes with I guess where a giant creature made a giant crap in Star Wars. Luke and Leia's love child. Of course, He's not quite right. He's kind of retarded because his parents were brother and sister. George Lucas babies, cute versions of Star Wars characters. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru,
Yeah.
all burnt up. There's actually, I've seen
I
a
was
guy
about to
make
say.
custom figures
Uh-huh.
of those. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Blast Hole Greedo, that would actually kind of be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess you could always drill a hole in your
Yeah, hold a
Greedo.
lighter to his chest.
Original Jabba, because the Jabba the Hutt wasn't a big giant lizard.
Right.
In the cutscene out of Return of the Jedi, he was actually just some big fat dude. Squished Palpatine, where he fell down to the bottom of the shaft.
Oh, but see, now we know he survived, so he didn't really get
Yeah,
squished.
but this is funny. Absolute R2D2, a bartending R2D2. They actually come out with that.
They
figure.
did.
Yeah,
One of our viewers gave us one of them.
Porkins, the fat guy that was in the X-Wing fighter, they actually came out with a Porkins figure. So, they're joking back in '98, but yeah, they actually made those. So this is your Twisted ToyFare Theater or Twisted Mego Theater. And this one they're poking fun at. There was a new line of toys that come out that were very Mego-like, but they were different size, and they were called Famous Covers. Here's an example. There's the Mego Spider-Man. There's the Famous Covers Spider-Man. And so they were hoping they would be as popular as the Mego figures back in the 70s, but they never really did take off. And you can pick up these figures in the box for like $20, $25, $30 tops.
Mm.
But they're not bad figures. I mean, they're cloth, and they look pretty good. And but they're a little bit of a different size. But yeah, I didn't mind them. But I love Migos. The Mego Iron Man was always freaky because he had a
Yeah,
mouth.
because they gave him a face.
Yeah, well, yeah, they give him a mouth. Yeah, instead of Remember the Boss Hog figure?
Mm.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. But anyway, there's advertised in Sister Magazine, Wizard. Here's a contest where you can win custom figures. And that was pretty neat.
Nice.
So they had some custom Witchblade figures with oftentimes all they would do is just give them a different paint job.
Right. I had one that was gold. That one.
Yes, gold. Is that the one you got? Gold.
I had both the silver and the gold.
The silver and the gold. You're just showing off now, ain't you?
Yeah.
We had these. I think me, you, and Matt had these.
most
Dungeons
definitely.
and Dragons figures. Now, these are real sought after. Finding them in the package is pretty much non-existent, but if you do, they're outrageous.
I still have the
But even
dwarf.
Lewis. Yeah, Zarak, and I can't remember the names of the big titans, but yeah, the big ogre. But man, I love those. We were huge Dungeons and Dragons fans.
Right.
Even as old men, we still play today. We're still play now. We're actually going to play this afternoon. Rob's not. He's busy, but I don't know what you got to do, whatever you got to do.
You know, smack my hand.
Yeah, shame on you. That's all right. We won't kill your character. I'll write him out somehow.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Now we got homemade heroes, and I wish. Let's see. You turned in a figure for homemade heroes. Was it a
but
Wizard?
It was in a Wizard. Yeah.
It was in a Wizard magazine. But yeah, I think it's cool. I've made several custom figures. We're surrounded by some. One of these days when I go over my... Well, actually, we have a video called Crafting, Geeky Crafting. It was one of your videos. Two old geeks talk about... What do we say? Two old geeks talk about crafting? Is that what we call it? I can't remember. But anyway, we showed off some of our custom stuff we'd made. And one of these days, I'll show off my geek room in detail, and Robert will show off his whenever he gets it finished, which should be... I'm thinking 2084.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Stay tuned. So, any of those custom figures jumping out at you?
No. Whenever I look at a custom figure, I try to see what it's made from.
Yeah.
You know, what the base was that they've used.
Yeah, here's a custom contest, making custom figures. Which there's people that make big money making custom figures and selling them on eBay. We got to look at our centerfold.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. That's pretty sweet.
Is there anything on the back?
Is anything on the back? Yeah, it's white.
Yeah.
Let's see. Top 10 hottest action figures at the time. Now you're going to see a real theme here. Star Wars. Number 1, Han Solo on his Tauntaun. And that's 12-inch Han Solo and 12-inch Tauntaun. Luke Skywalker and Wampa. They're again 12-inch figures. They don't say 12-inch now. They say 1/6 because you know this generation they got to do everything a little different. Luke Skywalker ceremonial, Beaumont Mark. See, all Star Wars. Show you how popular. Another Star Wars. Now we're getting into Batman. That was real figure. Batman. We actually got one of the famous covers, the Storm come through there. That's a good looking figure.
Mm-hmm.
And then another Batman. They're still making Batman animated series,
Right.
series figures. That's the thing. Once they make a figure, how many Han Solos in that outfit have they made since 1977?
2, maybe
Oh,
3.
they've been more than that. They did more than that. So let's see. Here is Trek figures that were made by Playmate. They were 9-inch figures. And I had them at one time, sold them one time when we were vendors at a Comic-Con. But they just weren't very posable. The knee bent, there was no swivel in the ankle. There was no swivel in the wrist, elbows bent, shoulders bent.
Yeah, but what year was that?
Oh, it's back in '98. Back in the late '90s. But I mean,
You didn't
they were
have-
cloth figures. They didn't look bad. They weren't bad.
We didn't need 12 points of articulation back in the day.
No, if you're not going to play with it, and you're just going to stand it up like a statue.
I mean,
But at the same time, it's kind of neat to be able to put in a pose. Mego come out with some, and they're a little bit more posable. And so I got those. So here comes your price guide. So this was some of your prices on some of your figures back in the day, and they would give you mint in package, MIP, or loose, to give you some idea of what. So let's see. Let's look up the Indiana Jones. Let's see, Adventures of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Indiana Jones, back in the day, mint in package was $110. Do you know what that figure is worth today? And I'm going to show them a picture.
what, 50?
$3,000.
Holy snapdragon.
Yeah, it's worth a little bit, huh? Yeah, it's worth a little bit. Yeah. So let's see what else we got. Let's see, Aliens. So let's pick another one. There was an Aliens that Kenner made back in when the first Alien movie came out. It's 18 inches. It's $500. $500. First of all, it got pulled because they said it was too scary for kids.
Right.
And so they pulled it. So that's a big deal. So,
yeah, that's going to make
even though
it
it come
shoot
out
up
in,
there big
even
time.
though it come out in '79, in 1998 it was already worth $500. Do you know what one in the package sells for now?
I'm guessing $2,000.
Yeah, $2,200.
Okay.
I'm showing them a picture of it right now. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Anything else going to jump out at us? I have to wait till we get to the Star Wars figures.
Lady Dan.
And they always had like little jokes in between and stuff, so that was pretty good. Let's see. Star Wars.
Mr. T.
Okay, now we're getting into the S's. Okay, Star Wars. What's the most expensive Star Wars figure you have? I know.
Oh, it would be that, was it Snaggletooth? Is that
Yeah,
his name?
Blue Snaggletooth.
Blue
It was a
Snaggletooth.
Montgomery Ward, which isn't even in business anymore. Montgomery Ward went out of business, but they had a Cantina set. And inside the set had a little short Snaggletooth, blue Snaggletooth alien. And you never could get it mint in a box because it come with that set. But that thing sells out of the box because it never was in the box for around $500. I was looking here for...
You know what's crazy? I still have the box in the Cantina set.
Oh, you still got the box in Cantina
Yep.
set? Well, it makes it even worth more. I was looking to see, so a Jawa here. A Jawa. You know, the little...
Yeah.
Houdini. Mint package is $200 back in 1998. So what is it now? I'm showing him a picture.
Of Jaws, I'm guessing $450.
$1,500. $1,500. All right. And part of it, the reason he's hired that blue Snaggletooth is because you can get him in the package. And it's rare to find any Star Wars figures in the package. All right, that's our price guide. And then we got statues at the very, very end. Do you own any statues?
Yeah. I've got some a Batman statue. I have a Joker statue. Let's see. I don't think of any other statues I might have.
Here's the thing about statues. Like this, take this statue. It's made out of cold cast porcelain. It's a witchblade.
Mm-hmm.
$200 because of the material and the sculpt as well. But in 2026, you could get the same thing or similar, made out of PVC. Sculpt will be just as good. It may be a little bit more mass produced, but you could pick it up for like $30. So as long as it looks good, as long as a statue looks good, which I've got a old man Logan,
Mm-hmm.
I give like $30 for. Well, if that was code cast, it'd be $300 in 2026 or more. And so, but what do I care if it's PVC? I can knock it off into the floor; it won't break either.
Well, I mean, what about the 3D printers nowadays?
True, a lot of people 3D print stuff, and I've done that. 3D printed statues and painted them up. Took pleasure in it. Beanie Babies.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so that was the cocaine of the day. Everybody was crazy over Beanie Babies. I had a friend of mine named Ray that was just obsessed with them. And our old principal, Barnett, Mr. Barnett,
Mm-hmm.
he had a huge collection too. So a lot of people were into Beanie Babies at the time, and I guess they still make them. And but the popularity dropped out, and that's what's going to happen to pop figures. That's the Beanie Babies of this generation.
I wonder if anybody. I mean, what is any of those Beanie Babies worth today?
Something's only worth what you can get out of it. So if somebody wants something, if somebody wants something, Doctor Who figures. I mean, not Doctor Who,
No.
James Bond, which Doctor No was the first James Bond
dare
movie.
you.
Yeah, I know, terrible. So anyway, and then we've got that auction house that you said turned into Amazon.
Yeah.
On the back. So that's ToyFare magazine. We'll do another magazine sometime in the future, add it to our playlist. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you watching. And if you like, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment. And if you comment, once we get to 700 subs, everybody comments. That's one chance to win a big slew of geeky stuff.
Voice.
All right. You done, brother?
I'm done.
All right, we are done. We're
Later.
done. We're done. I am done.
So, in this magazine, they were talking about what Star Wars figures you'd like to be seen,
Yeah.
and somebody put Force Ghost Yoda, and they ended up making one.
Yeah. I got one right there. Right up there.